Welcome to today's workout. Today I am going to be using the TRX and some tubing. I'm using these tools because they are really versatile, and you can actually use them when you go on trips. You can use them basically anywhere. And I love the different quality of both of them. The tubing has that elastic quality, so it's got this really great property of the further you stretch it, the more challenging it gets. And then the TRX is super cool. You can use it for every muscle group, and you can also really challenge the core with it, which I really love. So we're gonna do a workout today that includes 5 rounds of exercises. Each round of exercises has 3 or 4 exercises within it. And we're gonna do each of those exercises from 10 to 15 repetitions, and we'll do 2 sets of each round. You can add or subtract rounds based on how much time you have. And this is a full body intermediate workout, and I think you're gonna love it. So let's get started. Our first round of exercises, we're actually gonna do a warm up. And so what I'm gonna do is use the tubing. The tubing is excellent for warming up the shoulder. And I'm gonna grab the tubing. I have it around an external attachment point so that about mid-level to my body, so that I can do external rotation. This is really gonna help me warm up the deep muscles in the shoulder joint. Now what I'm doing is holding on to one handle, and I'm holding on to both handles, but with one, I'm just kind of holding it in place, and I can shorten it or lengthen it so that I get more or less resistance. For warming up your shoulders, you want a really light resistance because you actually want to work the deeper muscles and not have those superficial muscles take over. So I'm going to do about 5 to 10 repetitions of each. I just did external rotation, now internal rotation. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to do those same movements. First doing external rotation. And you notice I keep my elbow close to my body here, and then I'm gonna do internal rotation. So I can step away a little bit, and I'm pulling in. That's working the rotator cuff muscles. That's really what we're looking to work here. I'm gonna do a few more there. It's just a great way to get your joint ready for the work to come. I'm gonna move on from there, and I'm actually gonna use tubing attached higher up, and I'm gonna do a squat here. And what the tubing does on this squat is it actually takes some of the weight out of my body. So it's a really nice way to get a warm up in where you're not using your full body weight on your legs. You're using some of it. You're getting some help from the tubing. So again, 10 to 15. This workout is an muscular endurance-based workout. So the warm up is gonna be a little bit of a lower intensity warm up. It's really just to get the joints ready and the muscles ready. And from there, I'm gonna go into a little bit of lunges to the side. So I'm gonna do this without any props, and I'm just gonna step to the side and lunge. And the reason I'm doing this one is because I wanna get some movement in a different plane. So right now, almost everything else I was doing for my legs just a minute ago, the squats, is in the sagittal plane. Now we're kind of moving in multiple planes, but we're getting some frontal plane movement in there, abduction and adduction. And then the shoulder work I did was in that transverse plane. So rotation work and coming back. All right, from there, pretty good for lower body for what we're gonna be doing. And now we'll do a little bit of upper body work. So I'm gonna take the tubing again, and I'm gonna step forward into a lunge. I'm not gonna go too far forward. And this is kind of a medium weight tubing. I don't want anything too heavy. Again, it's a warm up. And I'm doing a decline chest press here. So just pressing down and coming back up. This is gonna get the pecs warmed up, and because of the angle I'm at, we're actually even hitting a little bit of the lats, staying out of the shoulder somewhat. And then I'm gonna just switch the foot that's forward, so we're nice and even here, working the same stabilizers on each side of the body. Exhale, pressing down. And then all I'm gonna do is flip over, and we're gonna do a little bit of rowing. So I'm doing it's almost a lat pull here. It's a cross between a row and a lat pull. And I'm stepping back just enough to get a little bit of resistance in there, moving at a little bit of a quicker pace because I really wanna get the muscles warmed up, ready to go. Again, 10 to 15 of those is great. All right, from there, we're nice and warmed up, and we're gonna get started with our first round of exercises. So in our first round of exercises, we're gonna start with tubing on the bar, and we're gonna do squats with bicep curls. From there, we're gonna do a curtsy squat using the TRX, and then we're gonna do tubing lunges with a shoulder raise to get a little bit of a full body thing in there. So I'm gonna start with the tubing with red. That's my medium strength one. And I'm gonna do a squat, and as I do my squat, I do a bicep curl. So I can sit a little bit further back on my heels here. I can come back a little bit more if I want some more resistance. I exhale down. So it is upper body and lower body. It's a complex movement pattern. And again, the tubing's helping me out in terms of legs, but as I squat down, that elastic band is stretching more, which means my biceps are getting more work than if I just stood tall. And let's do 2 more and 1 more. All right, I'm feeling that. Now let's switch to the TRX. I'm gonna hang on to it here. And I don't need to have it quite as lengthened for this one, so I'm gonna take these up a little ways. And I'm really just holding onto it for support, and I'm gonna come down into my curtsy squat, come up, and switch. I like to sink almost straight down on that curtsy squat and swing my leg behind me, but not put a lot of weight on that foot on the floor. I make sure that's happening by keeping my foot pointed and not going down kind of on the ball of my foot where I can push back up with it. And I'm probably gonna do 10 on each side or so. Sitting down, coming back up. This is so great for the glutes. And up. And the quads as well, but we wanna focus on the glutes here. I'm really just using the TRX at the bottom of that movement to give me a little bit of support so I can go a little deeper. Last one. And up. Whew. From there, we're gonna grab the lighter tubing, and I'm just gonna stand on the tube with 1 foot, and I'm gonna come into a lunge. So I'm gonna lunge back, and as I lunge back, I do a shoulder raise and come back up. Lunge back, do a shoulder raise. So I'm gonna do 5. This really challenges balance as well. So 1 more, back and up. And now I'm gonna switch to the other side. It's the same thing, lunging back. And again, you can increase the reps here depending on how much time you have, but we're gonna do another set of these, 2, and 1 more here. And back. All right, and up. Now let's go on to round 2. So the first one was the tubing with the bicep curls, and I'm actually gonna use the heavier resistance here, make it a little more challenging on my upper body. So I squat down and come back up. I can step back to make it even more challenging and sink and curl and down. Try to keep the shoulders open and the back nice and neutral, so don't tuck under that tailbone. Down, let's do 5 more. 5, exhale, 4, right down, back into the feet. Sinking into those heels. 2 more, 1 more, and come up. All right, right into the curtsy squat. So this is really nice superset here. I'm gonna come down, sink, come back up, alternating. So it's muscular endurance, kind of high rep, very little break in between sets. Really burn out the muscles. And up. Let's do a couple more. 4, 3, 1 more set on each side. 2, and 1. All right, let's grab the tubing, step on it, we're gonna do our front raise with lunges. So sitting back for 5, 4. So coming down into the lunge makes it a little easier on my shoulders than standing up the whole time and doing it. And then switch. Same thing on the other side. 5 and 4, 3. Now you can go on and do another round of this, or you can stay with me and come on to our second round of exercises. All right, let's get started with that second round. Here we go with our second round of exercises. We're gonna do tubing over the bar, single arm chest press. Then we're gonna do TRX chest press, and then we're gonna do TRX plank to Superman. So this is all about pecs on this one. So we're gonna get started with a lighter resistance here. I'm gonna show you a couple of options. The first one is coming into a lunge. So we'll do this on the first set. And now the resistance is pretty high up there, but I still wanna kind of punch out at an angle here. Now notice I'm in a lunge and I'm punching forward, chest pressing forward with the opposite arm. And I'll do 10 on this side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm just gonna switch to the other side. So I come into my lunge position here and out. 2, 3, exhale, 4, and 5, 6, 7, we got 8, extend that elbow, 9, and 10, and bringing it back with control. There we go. And now I'm gonna lengthen these out for our chest press here. So I like them really long so you can get a little lower. And then I come into a plank position, and I'm gonna do 10 chest press. So as I bend my elbows, I wanna make sure that the straps aren't hitting my arms. So I'm gonna have my arms raised enough so that they're not getting rubbed on by the straps. 3, and palms are facing back. 4, and exhale, 5. The closer I bring my legs together, the harder this is. The further I take my legs back, the harder it is. And we've got 7, and 8, woo! And 9, exhale up, and 10. Now from here, my favorite core exercise, it's also a chest exercise. We're gonna go from our plank to our Superman and back. So plank, Superman, and exhale back. Again, reach and pull it back. And 4, and back. Keep the body really tight from head to toe so you're not swaying through the lower back. 4, and 3. Now I can step forward if I wanna make it easier, or step back if I wanna make it harder, but this is pretty good right here. And 1, and pull up. All right, woo, challenging. Okay, so I told you I'd show you some options. Second time we do this round, I'm gonna hold both handles in one hand and punch forward. And this is doubling the amount of resistance that I'm getting. 1, 2, super challenging. I'm adding rotation to this. 4, it's making it a little easier to do the chest press, but I'm getting some oblique work in and some work through the lower body as well. 4 more, exhale, 4, and 3, and 2, one more time. Woo! 1, and back. That is super challenging. Okay, so here we go, other side. I'm gonna bring this over, kind of line it up with your shoulder if you can, and from there, press. And 2, 3, and exhale, 4, and 5. Now remember, you can do this with just one strap in your hand if you wanna make it a little lighter. And 3 more, and 2, and 1, and back. All right. So that's your option to bring that one up a notch. Now let's take the chest press up. For this one, guys, what I'm gonna do is lift one leg. Super challenging. Here we go, up, and I'm gonna do 5 on one leg, down and up, 1. Find your balance. Inhale down, exhale up, 2, and 3. Now your leg can't be touching the other one or it's cheating. 4, and 5. And I'm just gonna switch, keep my feet in the exact same spot in terms of forward and back. 5, one side's always a little more challenging than the other. That's why it's so great to do this unilateral work. 3, and 2, and 1. All right, right here into my Superman. Reach it out. 1, inhale away. Exhale, pull it up, 2. Keep the body really tight, legs together, squeeze them together. 3, and exhale, 4. Don't let the shoulders right up into your ears. 5, inhale out, exhale, pull, 6, and down, 7. We got 3 more, let's do it. And 8. Let's go a little further now. And 9. 1 more, go a little deeper if you can. And 10. Woo! All right, that's the end of round 2. Now let's move on to round 3. Okay, so for round 3, we're gonna use our TRX, and we're gonna do a little high row on the TRX. We're gonna use tubing again over the bar, and we're gonna do a little rotation row, and then we're gonna use the TRX, we're gonna go back to the TRX and do a low row. So this is supersetting back exercises. Super fun. So here we go, we're gonna start with the high row, and from here, I can have my feet about hip distance apart, and I wanna make sure that I have some tension at the top. So that's where I'm actually gonna start, right here at the top. Make sure you're not pushing your hips out. Make sure you're connected there. Inhale, release. Exhale, pull 1. Really squeeze the shoulder blades together. It's really easy to kind of push everything out in the hips. So keep them connected there and think of pulling the chest forward. 3, 4. Now what I want you to think about is pulling your hands as wide as your shoulders when you come up and not tucking your hands into your elbows. Keep them wide. That's gonna give you more back work and less bicep work. Up. Let's do 3 more. 3, because I lost count. 2, and 1 more. Pull, yes, I can feel that. And back. Okay, from there, grabbing the lighter resistance here, and I'm gonna do my tubing row with rotation. So I come into my lunge again, and from here, I'm gonna start with my arm reaching up, and I'm gonna pull it down and back. And exhale, 2, and come around. 3, and 4. I love that you get this much resistance in something that weighs practically nothing, which means you can really bring it with you anywhere you go. And let's do 4 more. And exhale, 3. Get that little rotation in there. 2, and 1. All right, let's go to the other side. Lunge back, and same thing on this side. Here we go. 10, and pull 9. Use your exhale. 8. Rotate away from that pulley, and back. Good, let's do 4 more. And exhale, 4, and 3, and 2. 1 more. I'm gonna show you an option on the next set, because that was a lot of bicep in there. We can fix that on the next one. So we go into our low row now. So my palms are up instead of down, and I'm gonna be tucking my elbows back behind me. So from here, again, start up, so you know that you've got some resistance on it at the top. Then lower down, and pull. 1. I'm gonna walk forward a little bit for more resistance. And 2. Notice I am not bringing my hands into my shoulders. I'm bringing my hands to my hips so my elbow doesn't flex as much, and I'm getting more lat work in here. And pull, exhale, and exhale. Let's do 4 more. 4, and 3, 2 more, 2, woo, and 1. Best part, I'm gonna come down, flip them over, high row, and 10, 9, keep those hands wide, 8, 7, 6, don't pop the pelvis forward. It didn't sound good, did it? Pop the pelvis forward, just keep it nice and tight through the abs. 3 more, and 2, oh my goodness, and 1. Wow, that was 20 reps from the TRX. Wow, amazing. All right, let's go into the higher resistance here, tubing, rather than doubling them up because that's gonna be too much for me right now. I'm gonna just go to a heavier tubing, and I'm gonna pull back, and I'm gonna take that hand a little lower, not right into my shoulder, but almost pressing down with the hand. And 5, exhale, 6, and 7, whew, and 8, really working that elbow back, 9, and 10. All right, let's go to the other side, and here we go. Exhale, pull back, 1, and 2, really reach it back there, 3, squeeze behind the shoulder blade, 4, 5, exhale, 6, 7, bring that elbow down and back, 8, 9, 1 more, 10. All right, we gotta finish out this set with our low row. So I'm gonna grab onto this here. Come forward, and here we go. Bring those hands down. I can step forward a little bit more. And 1, and 2. That's it, and pull it. 3, palms are up. 4, don't close the elbow very much. 5, 90 degrees is good. 6, and exhale, 7, woo! And 8, let's pause at the top, make it a little harder. 9, let's do 1 more here. And hold, 10, and back. Oh my goodness. All right, that does it for that round. We're moving on to round 4. Okay, you guys, for round 4, we're gonna do a little bit more with tubing. We're gonna do a little bit of shoulder work now and arms. So far, we did a round of legs, we did a round of chest, we did a round of back. This round is basically everything that's left, all right, before we get to core. So I'm gonna grab the tubing, and I'm gonna step on the tubing, and we're gonna do a squat with a shoulder press. So I have light tubing here, and I recommend you have light tubing as well. Then I stretch the band out underneath my feet, and watch this. I hold the band with my palms facing back, and then I tuck them in here. Really important, so that way the tubing isn't gonna be all around your arms and getting in the way as you do the exercise. So I do a squat and shoulder press at the same time. And 2, and exhale, 3, and 4. Now you can do alternating arms if both arms is too much. 5, and exhale, 6, and we've got 7, and 8, and 9. 1 more time, 10. Oh my goodness, can feel those shoulders. All right, so I'm coming back now to the TRX. We're gonna do a little bicep here. So holding on, and And I'm gonna do my curl and down. Now, I want you to notice that the elbows don't lift. They stay kind of straight out from my shoulders the whole time. I'm not pulling them up here. Trying to keep them level at shoulder level the whole time. Let's do 5 more. 5. And pulling my hands right to my shoulders. Now I want that crease in my elbow as much as possible. 3, 2, 1 more. Got it. Okay, woo! Triceps. So, I'm gonna hang on here to the handles and I'm gonna come down into a little bit of squat and I'm gonna do tricep press downs. So 10 and 9, nice strong core. 8 and 7. Exhale, 6, 5. Really squeeze that tricep at the bottom. 3, exhale, 2. One more time, 1. All right, here we go. Our second round, shoulders. Can't wait. Okay, here we go. So grab onto the tubing, tuck them under, and press for 10. And exhale, 9. Push it up there. 8. It's like you're pushing yourself down. 7. And exhale, 6. And 5. Woo! And 4. Keep it going. And 3. And 2. And 1. Super challenging. All right, biceps. Here we go. Grab onto that TRX handle, arms out, and curl. 10 and 9. Exhale as you pull. 8, 7, we got it. 6, let's walk in a little bit, make it harder. 5 and 4 and 3, squeeze. And 2, squeeze right there at the top. And 1, woohoo. Triceps, let's finish this out. Let's go a little heavier. So I'm gonna step back here, right here, and press. 10 and 9. Exhale, 8. Nice strong core. 7 and 6. We got it. 5 and 4. 3, 2, and 1. All right, now we're moving on and we're gonna start round 5. All right, you guys, for round 5, we are gonna I'm gonna bring the mat over here and have it ready right about there. And we're gonna start with the TRX. We're gonna do TRX mountain climbers. Then we're gonna do forearm oblique twist, followed by a hollow body hold with leg scissors. All right, so super fun position here. We're gonna do our mountain climbers with our hands in the handles. Now you're gonna come down. What I'm gonna do is come down low. So it's like this low chest press, but holding a plank. And from here, I bring my knees in, and let's do 20 of these, so 10 on each side. So this is 8, 9, I have no idea, and 10. It seems like a good amount to me. All right, and we're coming up, and we're gonna do our forearm oblique twist. So from here, I'm actually gonna keep my feet on the floor and my forearms on the mat. I'm gonna take my feet and separate them so that they are about as wide as the mat. I drop my hip down and switch. 2, and switch. And exhale, 3, and switch, and 4, and over. 5, we're going for 10, and 6, way over, 7, keep your feet apart so they don't hit, 8, and 9, one more, 10, and back. From there, flip right over, and we're gonna get into our scissors with our hollow body hold. So I'm actually gonna have my hand behind my head, but you can have your hands down by your sides. And then from there, I'm gonna come up, bring the legs out and cross them. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And back up. Let's do another round of those. Mountain climbers are first. So I'm gonna come back a little further this time to make it a little more challenging. So I'm coming back here and from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Halfway. 10, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! All right, those are tough. Coming down, forearm oblique twist. So feet wide, forearms down, and over to the side. 1, and switch, and reach. 2, over, and 3, and 4, we got it. 5, go up and over, and 6, feet go to the side, shoulders stay square. 7, and 8, and 9, keep breathing, and 10, and over, right over, onto your back, hollow body hold. I like hands behind the head, supporting it. Flex the torso up, send the legs out, and cross. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, as low as you can hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Put your feet down, push your hips up. That's gonna take it out of the hip flexors, which we just use a lot of. Little stretch in the abs, but mainly stretching the hip flexors and lower down. Let's press it up again. Woo! And lower it back down. All right, so hip flexors are stretched out a little bit. Now we're gonna come on up. We're gonna stretch out the upper body. So you're gonna walk forward and just let your arms go out and get that stretch here. Chest is up, arms are open, and breathe. And then just walk back. We're gonna do that again. So you're walking forward, stretching, opening up, and then coming back. And I'll do it again. Walking forward, chest up, stretch there, and come back. Now we're gonna walk forward again. This time your arms are gonna go down, chest up. So I'm not leaning into it, I'm not putting body weight into it. I'm staying tall and leading with the chest. And then coming back. This is a stretch, guys. It's a recovery move, not a working move. And back, and one more time. Come forward. Feels good. Now let's go straight out to the sides here. So open them straight out. And come back. And again, just hold it for a couple seconds. Stretch. And come back. Let's do that one more time. Little dynamic stretch for you. Hold. And then come back. All right. From there, we're just gonna do a little roll down. Roll down through the spine. Kind of let everything hang. Soften your knees. Loosen up. Roll your shoulders up and back. Roll them up and forward. Just give your head a little shake no. And a little nod yes. Just loosen everything up. Soften the knees and roll all the way up. From here, just take a big stretch over to one side. Arm over your head. And then you're gonna switch, coming up and over to the other side. And back, stand tall, legs together. Just give me one really good deep breath in. And exhale out. And that does it. That is it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this TRX and tubing workout. And I look forward to seeing you again in our next workout. Goodbye, everybody.